What up, Misfits? Okay, so here's the deal. There is a massive disease that comes and goes among artists and creatives, and they've said to have had this disease at one time or another. That is writer's block. It's something that I've personally experienced writing songs, writing poetry, writing music, or just lacking inspiration in general. But actually I've learned and am learning to grow out of it, and here's how. Now to show you this, I'm going to take you through a song that I recently wrote. It's an instrumental song, but you'll get the point of what I'm saying when I show you this. So for starters, let me just say that I've made it a goal of mine to write and record a song a week. And so far, it's going great. I'll only experience the disease for a minute or two, or maybe even an hour, but then I'm good to go. So here's a song I wrote, and I'm only going to play you 2 parts of it to give you just a brief generalization of how it sounds. So can you recognize any of those melodies? Do they remind you of any songs that you have heard lately? Maybe, or maybe not. So I have a confession to make. I actually stole a lot of that. Actually, all of it, but not from one song, but 4. See, the rhythm was inspired from Sam Smith's song, Pray. Won't you call me? Can we have a one-on-one, please? The melodies I got from 2 songs. One of them is called Jesus, Jesus from Noah Gunderson.
Jesus, Jesus, could you tell me what the problem is with the world and all the people in it?
And the other song, everyone knows it, or maybe you do, or maybe you've heard it somewhere or at church, and it's called How Great Thou Art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee, how great thou art. The chord progression I got from an instrumental song that I was listening to on Spotify. So I took it and I figured it out and I decided to use it. I'm not gonna play it though. The progression on the song is really long and I just decided to shorten it for my song. So after listening to my inspiration, here's my song again, and tell me if you hear it. So here is the question. Is this bad? No. Why? Well, other than having Pablo Pascal, which is a world-famous sculptor, writer, painter, and artist having this ideology, and also Academy Award-winning screenwriter Aaron Sorkin, I'd say it's a pretty great and necessary mindset to adopt because, well, you're not stealing. And okay, what do I mean by that? Well, if you see my other videos, then you know how important I think loving yourself is. Love yourself because you are the only you in the history of the entire universe, and you are the only one who carries your perspective about everything. And that sounds completely original to me. See, the songs that I gathered inspiration from, those songs mean something to me. They're not just songs that sound good or songs that I like. I listen to songs that inspire me. And so I can gather that inspiration and create something out of it, create something from my perspective. So naturally, the songs that I listen to that speak to me are songs about what I'm going through. And I know that every single writer and creative does the same thing, but they don't think about, wow, this song is inspiring me so much. What if I wrote a song like this, except it was my perspective, my take? So my point is this: you are an artist. Create. Be an artist. You are a creative person. Writer's block is really just believing a lie about yourself that your creativity has finally run dry. But that lie isn't the truth. The truth is, you're an artist. Just look around you. What sounds are you hearing? What music are you listening to? What are you seeing? What are you experiencing in life? And what does it mean to you? Even if it's somebody else's stuff, you are the only you that's going to have that perspective on it, that's going to have your perspective on it. So before I go, this is probably the most important part in this entire video. This is my disclaimer. Do not copyright. Gather inspiration, use it, but don't straight up copy it. All the melodies that I heard in those songs that I used, I actually just played around with the melody. It sounds similar, but I actually broke the melody in certain places and just kind of did my own take on it in my own thing. The chord progression is originally a lot longer, and I put it inside of 3/4. It was originally 4/4. And so were the melodies too. The melodies used to be in 4/4, and I put it in 3/4. And I adjusted it to the rhythm of the drums that play in Sam Smith's song, Pray. But I didn't outright just take it and was like, okay, what is this exactly? And I'm just gonna straight up copy it. No, that's copywriting. That is terrible. But I took the melodies and I took the rhythm and I took the chord progression and I created my own version of it and then wrote my own song out of that. And also, another important note, you are allowed to write junk. Not everything you create is going to be good, but you have to look at it as even if it's not good, you're still creating. And that's you, that's who you are. You're an artist, you're creative, you're a writer, you're whatever, you're a creative person, and that's a good thing. You're still creating. And eventually something is gonna come out and it's gonna be amazing and wonderful and you're gonna be really proud of yourself. But not everything has to be good and not everything you create will be good. So you are allowed to write junk. And so that's it for today. If you like the song I wrote in this video, I have all my music to all of my videos on my Patreon account, so be sure to check that out. I'm also on Instagram for more motivation and advice and more music, so be sure to hit me up on there too. And I'd like to say thank you to my patrons for supporting me in my dreams, and I'd like to thank you for watching this. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button, and I'll see you misfits later. Peace!